Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Daniel McGuire here, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down the pros and cons about the University of California, Irvine, the good as well as the bad that I've been able to accumulate the past few years of coming here. So let's get to it. Okay, so let's start with the cons and then work our way into the pros. So the first con about the University of California, Irvine would have to be the parking situation. You end up paying $70 to $85 for a commuter parking pass depending on if you want the standard one or the premium one, and that's just ridiculous because you end up having to pay for 3 months worth of parking for the entire quarter or 9 months for an entire school year, which equates to $200 a quarter or $600 for the entire school year. And if you live around campus, you end up having to pay some places upwards of $100 a month, so that's $300 for a quarter and upwards of $900 for a school year. And they're very ruthless about it. They don't care. They'll ticket you and they'll tow you just to really assert their authority and show you that you really do have to buy this parking pass. And it's just a little measly little piece of paper that says you can park, and that's just ridiculous. A day pass is $10, and other schools have quarterly and semesterly rates, which I think is a much better deal, but the University of California, Irvine has yet to implement anything like that. Now, the second biggest con about the University of California, Irvine would just be how ridiculous some of these classroom sizes are. In particular for the lower level GE courses, you're talking 4 to 5, maybe even 600 kids per classroom with one professor, maybe 2-3 TAs, and that's it. It's just that amount of kids for those amount of instructors, and it doesn't really equate out to get an intimate relationship, especially when the instructor and the TAs maybe have 1 to 2 office hours a week for 600 students, and then you don't really end up having that intimate relationship with a one-on-one interaction a lot of the times until you get to your 3rd and 4th year when the classroom sizes start dipping below maybe 60 and 70, and that's considered a smaller level classroom here at the University of California, Irvine. Okay, so the third biggest con about the University of California, Irvine would have to be some of the professors, in particular the STEM-oriented professors. Because it is a University of California system, a lot of them are here for research. Because STEM and research go hand in hand in particular, a lot of them will do the bare minimum that they have to do for teaching just so they can go back to focus on research. And it does show when they have the minimum amount of office hours, the minimum amount of time lecturing, and just kind of vaguely throwing together notes that they really just recollected from their memories. So just be wary of that when you do end up getting into your STEM level courses. Alright, so the fourth biggest con would have to be just the Irvine living situation. It is ridiculously expensive to live right across campus for the amount of space that you're getting, versus if you stretch it out a few miles, maybe north or west, you do end up getting way more bang for your buck, and you do just have to end up commuting to campus. Now that's the other side of things, is you do end up having to pay for a parking pass, which I talked about earlier, as well as maybe you do have to end up spending another 10-15 minutes getting ready for class and then walking to your car, walking to campus, versus if you live across the street, you just have to walk over. So that's kind of a two-sided sword that you really have to figure out what you're more comfortable spending your money on. Alright, now that we're done with the cons, let's get into the pros of Irvine, because there are so many amazing things about the University of California, Irvine, in particular the area that I really want to get to. So let's start with the first one, and that just goes back to just how beautiful the campus is and just how beautiful the Irvine area is in general. You're in the heart of the OC, so there's just so many different activities to do that are OC related, such as going down to the beach, just hanging out, having great weather all year. So that's one great thing to consider that's very beautiful here in particular. Alright, so the second big pro is just the amount of food and different types of food that there actually are here in the area. You have all this Latin cuisine up in Santa Ana and Tustin, a few short minutes away. You have all this Asian cuisine, right around here in Irvine and other parts of, Anaheim and Orange. And then you can just go down to the beach and get that classic Americana, ice cream, donuts, pizza, burgers, all that other types of different varieties of stuff that they have down there. Alright, the third big pro here is the amount of space and the amount of resources that Irvine does offer its students. You have all these libraries spread out around campus to where to study. You have all these student centers. You have this big park in the middle where you can end up studying there if you so choose. You have this state-of-the-art rec center, and you can really end up finding your niche into what you really enjoy doing here. And all of it is free if you are a student. It's technically not free, but you are paying for it. But you do end up getting so much more value for your dollar here. Now, the fourth biggest thing that I can attribute to Irvine would be the job market itself. There are so many startups and so many general companies that are down here because, again, it is in the heart of the OC and it is a reasonable distance to Irvine and other parts of Riverside County. So a lot of companies do move down here and really give opportunities to University of California, Irvine students because it is the major university around the area. Alright, so that's it for today's video. I hope you found it a little informative. As I said, there are so many great things about this campus and some kind of things that drag it down a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's what you make of it. You really do end up having to make the most of the opportunities that you are given if you are lucky enough to end up attending this school. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and thank you for watching.